Bill O'Brien needs to quit bullshitting around, man, and go and get a vertical tight end, something that can help this offense. I mean, if you look at what we have on the outside, you can't hurt a team when they have the personnel to physically match up against and do and take away what you want to do. That's what having these vertical tight ends do to the offense. You get you a you get you a guy like OJ Howard. Yes, I'm still bringing him up because this game definitely proved that we need him. We need a guy like OJ Howard that can make you come out of that cover two shell because you didn't got hit over the middle one too many times for 25 and 20 yards and whatnot. Because anybody who knows anything about defense knows that if you're playing in a cover two, you basically daring them to throw it over you because you covering everything underneath. Is you know what I'm saying? You got your corners covering the flat. You got your linebackers apex and depending on if they between the second and third receiver. You got your linebackers dropping in, your Michael linebacker and your Jack, dropping into the about another 5 yards, underneath the coverage, and you roll from there. I mean, it's not complex, it's not complex it's not a complex defense. It's not a bunch of fancy X's and O's and all that other shit, man. It's simple. I seen them roll down to a single high safety coverage. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why Brock didn't dissect that and immediately hike the ball. Fuller was one on one. That's what you were waiting on all game, and you missed it. These are the things that I look at when evaluating a quarterback. Can you make accurate throws? Can you be decisive in the pocket? And most importantly, this is no, not the most important, and that one's next. After that, you got to be able to, have poise. And this is the most important one. You got to be able to lead your team and be able to come back if necessary. Brock, you're not gonna be able to do that, my friend. If your first read is Hop, your second read is Fuller, and you try to dump it off to the running back, with your third option. Teams pick up on that and they take that from you. So I don't want to see Brock get hurt, man. I don't want to see him take unnecessary sacks. But until they go out and get them an official big body receiving tight end, we're gonna face this problem all year long, and it ain't going nowhere because, like I said, teams are not smart. These people get paid to do this. They get paid to notice this. And like I said, everybody in the National Football League is professionals. They're pros. Bill O'Brien, this is a huge punch in the mouth wake-up call. You can't go into every week expecting to rely on the catch radius talent of DeAndre Hopkins and the speed of Will Fuller. You got to game plan a little more than that, buddy. I understand it was a short week, but you got to game plan better than that. On the defensive side of the ball, it goes back to my last video. My last two videos, actually. We definitely need some corner. We need some more corners. I don't know if every I don't personally, and this is me personally. I'm done with Kareem Jackson. I am done. Going into the next few years, Rick Smith, your trend, you need to reset your trend as far as how you draft and how you want your corners. If I'm Rick Smith, I'm going to rack and I'm saying, hey, this ain't working. I'm gonna talk on rack and how his defense ain't working next. But right now, if I'm Rick, I'm going to him and saying we need some corners that are the standard has to be them being 6'1" and taller, because I'm tired of seeing pass, like, oh my gosh, we got 2 pass interference calls on the 1 yard line because the Bennett, all he basically had to do was stop and run into the guy. He was going to out-body him regardless because he's single coverage, and it's basically 6'7" versus 6. I mean, it's 6'7" versus a 5'11" guy. You're gonna lose that matchup every time. You're gonna give up 7 points every time. And to be quite honest, I don't get why Rat keeps doing that. Whenever we get to the red zone, or if our defense gets pushed back into our own red zone, we go into that man to man. It's like when we're not in the goal line situation, we're playing straight zone and we're trying to confuse the quarterbacks and shit. But when we get to the goal line, that's when we go with our heavy man to man sets, and we generally lose when we lose that matchup when we go man to man. In this defense, with our players and personnel, I personally believe that we're better equipped to play man to man versus this zone shit. What good does it do to allow a guy to catch it in front of you when you out? Speaking on this, a 3rd and fucking 13, fucking 3rd and 13. How in the fuck do you give that up? It goes back to what I said. This zone coverage shit needs to stop. I do agree with Ray personally with that. That shit needs to stop. This team is at its best when we're going after the quarterback and we're playing good man-to-man coverage. If you still want to play zone, mix it. Zone here, man there, blitz there, man there. Don't just zone coverage, because all you gotta do in zone coverage is find the window. Wherever there isn't a defender, you throw the ball there. Not rocket science. As you can see, a 3rd-string rookie quarterback was able to do it. But this vid is getting long too. But as usual, man, like, sub, and peace, man.